This is Flowline Chronicles. Stories of water, people, and the future we share. In every age, humanity believed it had more time. But history shows that disasters don't wait for warnings, and the earth rarely whispers twice. Tonight we travel into the near future, a timeline shaped by science, fractured by extremes, and eerily echoed by ancient prophecies. What happens next is not fantasy. It is the world we are already stepping into. By mid-2030, strange anomalies begin to appear across the globe. Rivers shrink without explanation. Clouds form but refuse to rain. Scientists detect subtle shifts in the jet stream, but old mystics once described it as the sky losing its balance. Whether prophecy or coincidence, the signs begin aligning faster than expected. And in regions that were once stable, nature starts rewriting the rules. This is the decade when warnings turn into headlines, when ice melts faster than predictions, when droughts turn into displacement, when monsoons break their own patterns. And as humanity races to decode what's coming, the earth prepares a sequence of events that look less like chaos and more like a clock ticking down. They called the year 2034 the first fracture. A winter in the northern hemisphere that behaved like summer. Alaska reports ice melt at a pace never recorded before. Entire glaciers begin to lose stability, triggering avalanches that bury remote valleys and sending meltwater rushing into rivers already swelling from warm temperatures. Satellite data shows a phenomenon once thought impossible. Ancient ice sheets sliding like broken glass. In the same year, a chain reaction begins beneath the Pacific, where tectonic plates strain under rising ocean pressure. Scientists observe microquakes along the Ring of Fire. Astrologers claim this was the year Earth and water would argue. Two very different languages saying the same thing. Just a year later, 2035 delivers the first major blow. In the Indian subcontinent, the monsoon arrives 30 days late, but 20% stronger. Cities like Mumbai and Chennai watch familiar roads vanish under sudden floods. Meanwhile, North India faces the opposite fate. Skies stay clear, reservoirs sink, and groundwater plunges to record lows. Farmers speak of wells that once fed families for generations, running dry overnight. It becomes the year India realizes that water, once abundant, will no longer obey old patterns. But the world is not finished shifting. In 2036, the Atlantic Ocean begins showing signs of a slowdown in its giant heat conveyor, a system that has kept global temperatures stable for thousands of years. As it weakens, Europe faces violent storms, while West Africa slips into deeper heat waves. Across the globe, food chains begin trembling. Predictions from climate models begin converging with something much older. A 400-year-old verse from Nostradamus, speaking of a great imbalance of winds and waters. The scientists dismiss the prophecy, but millions feel the uncanny chill. Then comes 2037, the year of the unexpected rupture. Near Alaska's Aleutian Arc, a deep ocean quake triggers a localized tsunami, racing across remote coasts with little warning. Though not catastrophic globally, it sends a message. Warming oceans are amplifying tectonic energy. The quake triggers volcanic rumblings across the Pacific Rim. In Japan, sensors detect magma moving upward beneath long silent peaks. In Indonesia, ash plumes begin rising again. One prophecy from the east spoke of the mountain of fire waking after the seas become warm. Again, myth and data cross paths. By 2038, the world experiences one of the most visually terrifying events: the breakup of a colossal Antarctic shelf. The collapse sends icebergs the size of cities drifting into shipping lanes. Sea levels jump faster than any model predicted. Coastal cities begin drawing evacuation maps they had hoped to avoid for 50 more years. And as tidal patterns shift, unusual flooding hits the Gulf of Mexico, Bangladesh, and parts of coastal China. Humanity begins realizing that the climate timeline has accelerated, and no pause button exists. In 2039, the Himalayas face one of their darkest years. Glaciers retreat rapidly, causing unstable lakes to swell. One midnight in July, a glacial lake bursts in northern India, sending a wall of water tearing through valleys, swallowing bridges, roads, and villages. The disaster mirrors an ancient Tibetan prediction. The frozen giants will cry at night and the valleys will drown. For scientists, it is simple physics. For residents, it feels like destiny. Then comes 2040, the convergence year. Global temperature rises past a threshold long feared by climatologists. Across America, the Midwest experiences record-breaking tornado clusters. Europe suffers a heat wave that pushes infrastructure to its limits. In South America, the Amazon reaches a tipping point where fires burn faster than reforestation. The world sees multiple disasters not as isolated events, but as interconnected symptoms of a planet pushed past balance. The final shock of the decade arrives in 2041. Deep beneath Iceland, seismic activity intensifies dramatically. A once dormant volcanic chamber begins to rise, fracturing the crust. Weeks later, a massive eruption sends ash across the North Atlantic. Flights ground, temperatures dip temporarily, and sunset skies turn blood red. A visual that many claim fulfills Baba Vanga's old warning. The sky will glow, and the world will look up in fear. Whether one believes in prophecy or not, the symbolism is impossible to ignore. Throughout this turbulent era, one truth becomes unavoidable. Earth's future disasters are not random. They are the result of cumulative choices, delayed action, and the natural world reacting as it always does, honestly without negotiation. The future is not written, but it is accelerating, and every passing year makes the cost of waiting heavier. So the question is not whether the next disaster will come, it's whether humanity can recognize the signs early enough act decisively enough, and unite fiercely enough to rewrite the ending. Because prophecy may whisper about doom, but science offers something far more powerful, a path to prevention. And in a world on the edge, that might be the only future worth believing in. This is Flowline Chronicles, engineering Earth's balance.